Today, we're going to talk about 5 things we loved
and 5 things we didn't
about the MSC Seashore. If you've ever sailed on the Seashore or any MSC ship for that matter, we'd love to hear your thoughts about what you liked about the company, because as far as cruising goes here in the US, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. If you want to upscale things a little bit, it's usually Celebrity or Princess. But MSC has been around for a long time, and they've been mainly cruising in Europe until the last few years when they finally started angling ships and gearing them towards the American cruisers. And Seashore is one of those ships, so I think it's something that they might want to check out. So let's start with the things that we love about the Seashore. So Steph, what did you love about the Seashore?
All right, this ship is beautiful. It's like a mega yacht, and the cruise director pointed something out. That ship holds almost 6,000 people.
Yeah.
I think we were sailing a little under 1,000, and he said, enjoy it because you have this like mega yacht to yourself, and it's like a once in a lifetime thing.
One of the most stunning things on this ship, and I think a lot of the MSC ships have this, is this grand 3-story atrium with staircases inlaid with Swarovski crystals.
It was blinding to walk up and down
it's
them.
beautiful. And it's just a great ship. They've got the Bridge of Sighs on the back that gives you great views, eight decks above the infinity pools, the rear of the ship, and then on the sides,
2 infinity bridges.
At the infinity bridges that also have the glass floors to look out. So yeah, that's a good one. The ship is beautiful. And one of the things I loved, and I feel like I say this on every cruise, but that's because it's true, and it was no exception with MSC. The crew were amazing. It boggles my mind how these folks can leave their homes, their families, come and be on a ship for 6, 7, 8, 9 months at a time, and just they've got smiles on their faces all the time. Even when they have their masks on, you can tell they're smiling, and it honestly feels like it's giving them joy to help us have a great vacation.
Yeah, and especially right now, they are not allowed to leave the ship in port except for at the private islands. That's the only time they're allowed off the ship.
Yeah, so. I think some of the other cruise lines are letting their folks off, but yeah, MSC, they told us they were only allowed to get off at Ocean Cay. Other than that, they're on the ship. So to keep that positive attitude, it's amazing, and that was awesome. What else did you love, Steph?
Okay, so I like to eat. So the buffet, awesome. Have serving trays, so you don't gotta juggle all your plates around as you're trying to find a table.
If you've ever cruised with Stephanie or even seen any of our vlogs, you will know that she needs a tray to carry all her plates. So what was that you said? You don't gotta juggle them around. Is that was what you said there?
Yeah, well, don't judge me.
But yeah, so the buffets were cool, and one of the things that I liked, and I will kind of piggyback your buffet onto mine, and that's safety protocols. Because at their buffets, they were having the crew serve, so you don't have to worry about the little kids or the people that just seem to have no sense of hygiene. They will dish it out for you, and the way that you could pay for things was good too. That was like touchless, right?
Yeah, it was. So they would come up with their little tablet. They scan your card. You never had to sign anything. Never touched anything. You couldn't even go up to a bar. There was no seating at the bar. If you walked up to the bar, they'd be like, no, go take a seat. We'll come over to you.
Yep. And in the theater and all of those venues, they had a lot of seats blocked off, which
like every other row,
and that worked. I know that the CDC is changing their thoughts on things, and the volume of passengers on the ships are going to go up. But yeah, so they were big into the safety. They were taking the temperature when you entered the dining hall in the mornings, albeit on the hand. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but at least, we've been on some other cruises where it didn't seem like they were really doing anything for safety protocols. And, it's important in this day and age, as little as we like it. And Meg agrees that's awesome that they have trays. So that was good. So what else did you love about that? That's 4. What's the 5th thing that you loved about MSC Seashore?
The entertainment.
It was amazing.
It was great. It was probably some of the best entertainment that I've seen on a ship.
So the Madison Theater, which is their main theater, they had, just like most cruises, your standard Broadway style shows, but they interjected different things like acrobatics
and
juggling and other things in addition to the dancing and singing and the storylines, and that was great. But I know that wasn't your favorite type of entertainment on board, was it?
No. So I really liked Le Cabaret Rouge. It's just like a small, intimate setting where the performers are like, 5 feet from you. Sometimes they're like 5 inches from you, depending on where you're sitting at. And they integrated art and music and dancing all into one. And I love art, so it was like right up my alley.
It was really cool. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said intimate, because you got that feeling. It's just, you're not just watching a show that's right up on stage. Now, if you didn't want to be down in the action, there it is a 2-floor venue, and you could sit further away if you wanted to. But we liked to get up there, and we'll post some videos in the coming weeks of that, so you can get just a little taste of what that's like. But I think if you're able to sail on the seashore, Le Cabaret Rouge, I think, will be one of your favorites as well. So now, even great ships have things that we don't like, and MSC Seashore, the ship itself and just the cruise in general, there were some things we didn't like as well. And I'll start here, if that's all right. And it's the drink packages. Okay, that's one thing with MSC, and this isn't just Seashore. This is MSC as a whole. So I know on Carnival, the Cheers package, I think, usually runs around $50 a day on average, and you have both, all adults in the room have to get it. On MSC, that runs about $70 per person. So over a 7-day cruise, that's $140, $150 extra per person. But what really got me was the soda packages. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but I do like my soda. On Carnival, what is it for the soda package?
It's like $9 a day with
like
tax
$9 a day. And if I get the soda package, that's fine. I can get the soda package. On MSC, $25 a day. And tell them the hook.
Okay, so if Mark wanted the soda package, I would have to buy the soda package. If we were cruising with our kids, everybody in the room has to buy the soda package. And even for kids, it's like $18 a day. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me.
So just like I said, I'm a huge soda drinker, but just for Steph and me to get soda on the MSC Seashore, we would have had to drink 17, 18 sodas a day. And I could do it, but just to break even. So we didn't. Steph brought the meal. She put the crack down on me, and we drank some water. So yeah, that was one thing that kind of blew my mind. Just for soda. Cruising Scene agrees. Wow, $25 a day, and that's what it was. But it is what it is, right? Janice had a real quick question, and we'll pop back at that, and said, "Is the entertainment included on MSC?" And yes, all of the entertainment was included, Janice, and it was one of the highlights of our cruise as well.
Ooh, real quick, that was another thing. So on Virgin Voyages, booking on the app was a pain in the arse, but MSC, it was they were really good with booking things through the app and doing.
So you did book your all of your shows and stuff on the app as well, and hopefully Virgin's gotten better. I'd like to talk to somebody. Hopefully they were just working the bugs out. I didn't like the drink packages and how that worked on the Seashore. What's something that you didn't like?
I don't want to offend any group of people, but this to me, okay, so I told Mark, I said, this is like being on a European cruise in America. I was probably only it was maybe 20% Americans and all the rest were Europeans.
Yeah, I'd say 20 to 30% were Americans now. And I understand that. I mean, because, MSC is a European line. It's an Italian line. So, I mean, if we're going to go cruise in Europe, we're not looking to sail on Costa or Aida or P&O. We're initially looking for a Carnival or a Royal or Norwegian ship. So I get it, but go ahead.
So I have nothing against the Europeans, but most of the rude things I saw were from those people. For instance, there was this one little French child who we would go in the theater, and you could exit out the one door and loop around to the other side. And he would just run laps. His parents would just be sitting there. He's running laps outside, unsupervised. He'd come back. He'd be up during the show, dancing around, standing on his chair, banging on the chair and not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So it was just
Yeah, I couldn't believe, like, I mean, I've had some pretty crazy kids as well.
Yeah.
I would never let them be running like completely out of my sight on a ship like that. You know, listen, I'm glad he was having a good time, but I think the parents needed to keep him in check. There was a lot of chatter as well, just rude people when we're trying to watch the shows and they're being loud, to the point that there was almost some fisticuffs thrown.
Yeah, there was this large group, like 10 of them. They were all sitting together. They were, you know, just chatty. A guy behind them asked them to be quiet. After about like 5 or 10 minutes, the guy next to us like got up, was in this guy's face. He's like, listen, we're here to see the show. If you want to talk, go somewhere else. That was my rant. I apologize. There were some rude Americans as well, but mainly it was.
So one of the things that I didn't like, I don't have a very adventurous palate. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know that. You know, I like my burgers, and again, I know this is a European line, but this ship is supposed to be geared towards Americans, and there just weren't as many Americanized options in the main dining room as I would have liked to seen. I like that there's variety, and I know a lot of people like to try those things that they might not try you know, at a restaurant or the outside world where they're having to pay top dollar for it. And I think that's important, and I think that should be there. But I also think that there should have been more American options on a daily basis in the dining room for a ship that's geared towards Americans and sailing out of America. So that being said, you know, there were some other areas in the buffet. Listen, I ate good, and I enjoyed the food on the cruise as a whole. Just
really good pizza.
Yeah, just the options in the MDR weren't the best. What's something else that you didn't like?
I have to say this was probably the most annoying thing for me. So they have, you know, their specialty restaurants. There's the Butcher's Cut. There's Ola Tacos. There's their Kyoto. I don't know.
They've got their teppanyaki and their sushi, and then there's Ocean Cay Seafood Restaurant.
So the first day, you know, I feel like maybe the people who work in those restaurants get paid on commission because they kept trying to sell us their packages.
And after the first day, I was like, this will go away. This will go away.
Yeah. Like we would be sitting there having breakfast or lunch, and they're coming over and they're like, hey, you should buy this package. Up until like day 5, they were still like circling, trying to sell us the drink package and the food package. And I was just like, okay, it's just enough at this point.
I am curious if anybody knows, are those MSC employees, are they working on commission? That's what I want to know, because that's really what it seemed like. It was like a car dealership, right?
And the one guy even gave me a card with his name on it, and he's like, if you book, tell him I sent you. So I was like, dang.
So I've got one more thing that I didn't like about the MSC Seashore, and it comes with a little caveat, because there's something really cool. In the rooms, they've got a wireless charging pad built right into the desk. What's it called? Was it Hamlet?
Yeah, I think it was called the Hamlet.
Yeah. So you could just set your phone right on there and charge it. You don't have to worry about the extra plugs. But let me warn you, if you put your phone on there because you need to charge it and you leave your room, your power is probably going to go off, because the only way to keep your power on is to keep your key card in that slot. I know, like on Carnival and some other ships, we can put a business card in there, a card from, you know, your gym membership card or whatever, and that keeps the lights on. It has to be your ship card. And I charge a lot of cameras, batteries, and things like that, and I want that stuff to be charging, you know, while I'm out using the other equipment. And if your card comes out, the power goes off. So that's something I didn't like, and that's something I'll tell everybody that's going to sail on the ship. Just know that, you know, we had Stephanie leaving her card in the room quite a while just so we could charge the equipment. So that is our review of the MSC Seashore and 5 things that we loved about her.
And 5 things we didn't.
As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. Hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and remember,
life is short.
Cruising is fun. We'll see you next time.